Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sitdown. We're here. It's Tuesday night. I'm recording almost on time. I'm a little behind this evening because I had my last fantasy draft. Everything seems to happen last minute with my keeper league, but I thought I had a very good draft, so I'm pumped about that, and I'm very pumped about what we're about to watch, because being behind a little bit, my very good friend Britt, who you should all know, I watched Obi-Wan with her. She watched the episode and texted me as soon as it ended. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We are getting ready to take a watch and dive in, spoiler-filled, into Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 4, Part 4, and yeah, so far the title is not currently visible on Disney Plus. We'll see it when we start the episode, but we're getting ready to dive into Part 4 of Ahsoka, and I am stoked. Before Britt even hit me up, the end of last week's episode, where, like, when I was talking about this in the review, I think I made it seem like Ray Stevenson might have been on camera for, like, a minute or so. I think he's on camera for, like, 10 seconds. He says one line, and the minute he was just like, the Jedi are in the forest, hunt them down, or go hunt them, or whatever. I don't remember exactly how he said it, but when he said that, I was like, oh man, like, Imperial badassery in the woods, forest, with Jedi, like, sign me up. And then I get a text from Britt that's like, as soon as we're up tomorrow, we have to talk about Ahsoka ASAP. We both usually get up fairly early in the morning, so I'm not shocked that she's going to bed right now, not trying to talk. And I haven't watched the episode, so it works out perfectly. Everything happens for a reason. But I was like, oh man, I said what I said, and she was like, Corey, I screamed. You were going to love it. My excitement level is now through the roof for episode 4 of Ahsoka. I hope that we get some badass Jedi Sith lightsaber battles with hopefully really cool lighting and visuals. I mean, the image that I see right here, I can't tell. I'm assuming it's Marrock because it looks like a circular blade, but it's like, you know, Ahsoka. And I think in the trailer we've seen shots of Shin and Sabine in the woods. So if you're giving me those two throwing down with those opposing forces separately in the wood, yeah. But the thing, like, that's all fine and well. That's what had me excited from last week. In fact, Britt hit me up right away and she, like, screamed. I'm starting to wonder, do we maybe get to Thrawn and Ezra by the end of the episode? I'm pumped that we're back up to 41 minutes or including friggin' credits. So it's a few more minutes than last week. I really wish they would dial back up. I hope the back end of the season gets us back into like the 45-50, but you guys all know my freaking feelings about that. I don't want to waste any more time because I'm like just sitting here trying to think about like what could have made Britt scream. Like, did Jason do something force oriented at some point, maybe with whatever's going on with Hera and the B storyline? I don't know. And well, speaking of Hera, I just looked at the synopsis. Hera risks her career to help her friends, while Ahsoka and Sabine confront enemies. Yeah, because, you know, like, I would imagine, yeah, that's it. Like, Hera's gonna have to come in to help them get out. So, like, yeah, could Jason somehow be involved in that? Is she gonna leave him behind? I don't. Like I said, Ezra. Do we get? Oh, so those that watched Obi-Wan with me and Britt, you know Britt is a massive Hayden fan and Anakin fan. So maybe this is an episode where pre-fight, during the fight, maybe we're hearing the one trailer I've seen a few times on TV is Anakin talking to Ahsoka, like she can hear him. So like I wonder if that's what happens this episode. Okay, we're gonna shut up. Because, yeah, I don't want to waste any time. Let's get the episode up. I am set, ready. Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 4, Part 4. We'll find out the title in a second. Let's go! We're also playing some dangerous games. My battery isn't 100% charged, so we'll see how long that lasts.
What did I miss?
You almost died.
Huyang.
Times.
I will. So, I hope the battery's gonna survive. And these aren't 100% either, so we'll see what happens with audio. But seeing the space shot of Ahsoka from last week, it was a little. The cartwheel was a little silly, but I'm always okay with a little silliness. There was enough badassery last week to make me very happy. I love everything that Bordizzo's doing with Sabine, especially with the training, and then her and Ahsoka syncing up with each other when they started fighting. Then yeah, the friggin' Purgle. Like seeing that live action Purgle sequence was so good.
Capable of a hyperspace jump of astonishing speed and distance.
You can go galaxy to galaxy.
Hunt them down.
Yeah, Jedi have taken refuge in the forest. Hunt them down. Like that's all Ray Stevens had to say at the end of last week to get me fired up. And I'm just like, I'm hoping 41 tight. I think that might be Captain Rex in there, the one Clone War helmet. And I think I don't know if Marrock's been there every episode, but Marrock was definitely seen there. What is going on? So what's Huyang doing? Oh, they got hit up pretty bad on the way down.
Come in, Home One. Do you read us?
They're trying to fix their comms.
Still no good.
I will try to cannibalize some wiring from the secondary motivator and see if I can rewire the transmitter.
Where's Ahsoka?
Outside.
Ten's been so good. I don't feel like you get to see a lot of droids like him on their back working like that.
We can't send a distress signal, and our ship isn't going anywhere.
So you can feel.
Huyang said their ground base isn't far. Start there. Sounds good. The enemy has the map and the means to get where they want to go.
But they're coming.
I fear we face a difficult choice. If we can't make the journey to find Ezra, then no one should.
Oh, snap. We know that's not gonna happen, but
It won't come to that. Might have already.
He'd be stranded out there. Maybe this time for good.
Better that than allowing Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
tough decisions.
Let's find that ground base.
Speaking of, Ahsoka being able to sense things,
Can I count on you?
You know you can.
a lot of people throwing out ideas on Marrock, which I think is just silly. I just think he's a former Inquisitor now turned mercenary and just a new character. But like,
Is everything all right?
he senses something.
Be careful out here.
Yeah. But like, I've seen people throw around Sam Witwer's Starkiller. The power set wouldn't match with what Marrock was doing, and he'd be far too overpowered for what they have going on. Again, what Marrock was doing. Sam Witwer's name does appear quite frequently in these Star Wars shows when he does voice work. So that's not necessarily a thing. Ooh, is that a droid? Yep, it is. But then the other one that people threw out was Ezra, which is just silly because obviously he's wherever Thrawn is and he wouldn't be here. But also, Ahsoka would sense Ezra.
How far out are they?
About a dozen clicks.
Ooh, they know where they are. Go time, quick! Not wasting any time. I like it. But yeah, I think Marrock is just like, I don't think it's anybody. I don't think we're gonna see him take his helmet off.
Let's get underway soon.
Is that a note of fear in your voice?
Experience.
Ha. Ray Stevenson's been so good. Oh, dude, the score. Kevin Kiner, man, I'm telling you, he's doing some really wonderful things. Part for Fallen Jedi. Oh, snap. That's a strong title. Also makes me a little fearful. Maybe it wasn't a good scream. Like, loving it would, I don't know. The goods and bads of getting positive things from friends before you watch an episode. Oh, yes. Let's get the helmet on. Sabine.
Relax. Don't worry about me. I'm not. Good. Should I be? What? Worried.
Nope.
I know how much Ezra means to you. Sometimes we have to do what's right. regardless of our personal feelings.
I can very much see Anakin
You really believe that?
falling somewhere in this episode.
When the stakes are this high, I have to.
And one more.
Oh god. I'm afraid, I'm waiting for a blaster to hit Huyang. I'm very concerned about him right now. Like I said, 10's been so good. Oh! Let's go, Huyang. Droid fight, I like that. You really covered a droid's mouth. That's so funny. I've never seen that. Good move, Huyang.
A daft droid made it worse.
Nope.
You wouldn't.
Yup. Yup. Right on. Let's go. Oh, Sabine got the helmet back on. Oh, classic. Gosh, she's so good. Oh. There we go. Very nicely done, ladies. It just fixed him up.
Well, that will set me back.
I need you to contact General Syndulla as soon as you can.
Yep.
Of course. May I make one request of you both?
Let's-
Stay together.
Yes, don't split up.
Did better that way,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, don't split up. I like that.
We better get moving.
See, though, Sabine does have Ezra's lightsaber on. That bad boy is coming out at some point.
You'll thank me.
Huh. Yes, dude, I am so stoked. Home one. There's Jason. Maybe he is coming along. Oh man, I feel like there's so many possibilities right now.
But you can't leave without authorization.
There's a meeting of the general staff. What do I tell them?
You'll think of something.
Love it. Our friends are really at risk. Hera does what she's gotta do. Yes, Jason is coming. Let's go!
Mom, how come I have to do what I'm told?
Well, when you're a general, you can disobey orders too. Until then, buckle up.
Love that. Smart kid. Oh yeah, my battery is not gonna survive. Oh. Don't love that. Yep, it's already almost dead. We're gonna pause right now before things get going, so we're at 11:08. We'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Sorry. This one seems to be fully charged, so I hope we can make it another 29 minutes plus chit chat. Oh, it's too much zoom. That's the right amount of zoom. Alright, 11:08. Hera getting ready to peace out on Ghost and go help her friends. Let's go.
Thanks for joining the party, Carson.
Wouldn't miss it, General. You know,
Ah, heck yes.
Well, you know how it is. Once a rebel, always a rebel.
on your signal.
Friggin' love that guy.
We're all in on 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Let's jump. Gotta love having some backup. I love everything that's happening right now. Also, fascinating that they could, well, I guess they're still putting in the last pieces of the hyperdrive, but it feels like they could probably bounce and they're going to chase down the Jedi, so I think that's kind of important too.
The space coordinates.
For the jump we're
Alright, there it
attempting,
is.
your calculations are off by even a little. We will be lost to the depths of the void.
Hey,
Faith. lost that a long time ago.
Like that? Also like having just wait long enough to answer your questions right on camera. As for every time that thing turns on, it's so cool looking.
Switchcraft.
Right? Does seem very skeptical.
Selecting hyperspace coordinates.
Oh man. I think we're gonna get to Ezra throwing this up. Oh, look at Ahsoka and Sabine, they moving. I love this score so much. Yes, exactly what we wanted, baby. Marrock and Shin. Love that.
Going somewhere?
Yeah, Sabine gonna light it up first. She's gonna go Mando style. I know Mando style to start. Alright, I like that. Ahsoka is kind of looking like, yeah, I knew this is where it was going. Let's go. Oh, she's so good. It's like they're just kind of stalking each other, feeling it out. I love that. I also love the reverse grip that Ahsoka uses. Interesting to see her go on one saber though. Which means when that second saber comes out, great things are gonna happen. Oh, damn. Sabine, look out. Oh. Yep, there it is. Let's go. This is everything I was hoping this episode was going to be right away. Only like 12 minutes in. I love it. Dude, that... Yo, that's classic tip. I like that a lot, Kiner. Little classic Empire vibe right there. Woo! Like, no worry in her eyes at all. Oh, we're spinning. Is that like orange? I like that. Oh. I'm sure somewhere someone would tell me when we've seen an orange lightsaber before, but that looks great. I mean, maybe it's red, but it looks more orange than Marrock's. Yo, let's go. Oh! Snap! Can't have that happen to Shin, though. What? See some kind of witchcraft? Don't split up. I mean, I trust you, Sabine, but yeah. What was that? I felt like witchcraft leaving his body. Oh my god, dude. I continue to just love Ivana Sakno, like, from the visual. It's just everything they're doing with her character is so striking on screen.
I will prepare for our departure. Protect the maps until I send for you.
Nice. Yeah, this is the bit that I've been seeing in some like TV spots where you can hear Anakin talking to Ahsoka fighting Baylan. Oh man. This is gonna be dope. I'm so excited for this. sit and wait and hood up. I like that too. Ugh.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Oh, snap.
Interesting. He never mentioned you.
Yeah.
Everyone in the Order knew Anakin Skywalker. Few would live to see what he became. Surely that must leave a mark. Is that why you walked away?
Oh, she walked away before that, homie.
I'm not here to discuss my past.
The only reason I'm here is to secure the future.
For you.
Something far greater.
The subtleness to Stevenson's performance is
Necessary.
very scary.
So you find starting another war necessary?
I'm not starting a war. Thrall will.
Mm-hmm.
It is an unfortunate evil, but speaks to a greater truth. One must destroy in order to create.
Like that. But they had blamed Ahsoka for a bombing, I think, at the temple. If I remember correctly. Something like that. That Ahsoka didn't do. That was why she left the Jedi Order. But lots of people wonder if she hadn't left, would Anakin have turned? I believe he would have. Like no, nothing right now. It's just the lightsabers. Also, as far as a tone setter, hearing Huyang just working on stuff at the beginning, very ominous vibe like this is right now. I guess she's going one saber style. Okay. Feel it out. Woo! Yo, let's go. Nice. I have the friggin' power behind every throw. Little Anakin Obi vibes when they fought, right? Like Anakin with all the force, and Obi just the deflection and the smoothness. Like,
How long until we receive the final coordinates?
Moments.
they're gonna jump. And Ahsoka's gonna get the map, and they'll jump. Ooh! Nice. Yo, dude, good for Rosario. I mean, obviously, some stunt double stuff in there, but her and Stevenson both doing a lot here. Oh! Almost completely forgot about these two. I like that shot. Wonder who's behind camera. I like that one. Oh god, Sabine! I don't like... Is she doing anything, or is it just like... Okay, yeah. Nice! Good move. No lightsabers, I like Sabine in the fight.
Masters, who's one of death and destruction.
Yo. Got it. Oh! What happened? Jesus. What was that? Oh! And she got some moves. Sans lightsaber as well. I like this rivalry that's building though between those two.
Transmission of the coordinates has ceased at the source. The final calculation is incomplete.
Yes.
That was unwise.
Oh gosh. Oh, now it's 2-on-1.
Get them back.
Oh, snap. Yo. Yeah, is. Ugh.
Didn't need to come to this. You know no other way.
There's Sabine.
Sweet.
She's okay.
Destroy it!
She should destroy her. She's not. Oh God, Ahsoka! Oh, this is not. This does not bode well.
You should do as your master said.
Yeah,
Destroy it.
it's very right.
She would have done it.
Stay back!
But you're not like her, though, are you?
More than you know.
I know you feel that Ezra Bridger, the only family you have.
Yeah.
You don't know what
He's
you're talking about.
so good.
I know that's what's holding you back. Your family died on Mandalore because your master didn't trust you.
Oh damn.
Sabine, you and I share a common goal. To meet this chap. You to be reunited with your long-lost friend. And I to serve a greater good.
Interesting. I'm telling you the subtleness.
Come with me.
It's
Will you? I give you my word. No harm will come to you.
It's very alluring.
Sabine, you will be reunited with your friend. It's the only way
Where's Hera?
for Ezra.
It's so good. Oh, don't do it, Sabine. I mean, we all want Ezra back, but like, don't do it. I love just sitting in these moments, though. Also. Oh, Sabine. It's not a Jedi move. Oh no, is he? Oh, she's. Yo. Baylan, stop her.
Shin, release her.
Yeah.
I gave her my word, and unlike her former master, I shall keep mine.
This Baylan guy, man.
Lord Baylan has remedied the situation.
Send the shuttle to retrieve the good Lord Baylan.
Part of me thought she might just bounce without sending a shuttle down.
Fulcrum, come in.
Finally.
Yes, affirmative. This is Fulcrum. We are down on the surface of Cetos. Repeat, we are down. Can you send assistance? Over.
Copy, Huyang. We're already here.
Yes, about time, Hera. Also, I believe this is our first time seeing Ghost, because she was in the smaller one that I can never remember the name of.
General, scans are detecting a ship bearing 5 Mark 60.
I've got it.
Let's cut across the axis and block its path.
Let's go.
Calculations are complete. Return at once.
Where did these guys come from? A whole lot of them all of a sudden. Oh, snap.
No one will be following us.
Oh, no. I mean, I guess you should have seen that coming, right? Oh, man. Look at that. Woo. It's a pretty shot. 5.5. 5.5 minutes. Is that what we're talking about? Enough time for Hera to get involved? Yes. Pop them X-Wings. They're not launching fighters. Yeah. That thing is huge.
Hera.
Oh no. Morgan looks really happy about that.
Ignore
Engage the hyperdrive.
Oh no. What is this gonna do? It's gonna go like right through him, big circle. It's gonna like, I'm so concerned. Like right now, the only one I'm not fearing for is Sabine. Where does Ahsoka fall to? I'm nervous about what could happen to Hera here.
Carson, are you reading this?
That's tremendous surge in power.
It's the hyperdrive. They're gonna jump.
Oh my. Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh no! If you heard Paul Seung Lee, I'm gonna be so upset. And Hera. Alright, they all seem to be okay, but that thing is... shit.
Mom? I've got a bad feeling.
Yes. Sense the Force, Jason.
Lady Wren, I have completed repairs on the engines. Lady Wren?
Where is Ahsoka?
Lady Tano? Ahsoka!
Dude, I'm figuring she got her lightsaber into the side of that mountain. Or maybe not. Where is she? Whoa, what is that? What is happening right now? Does she like fall into the land in between? The realm in, yeah, I think she is. Oh my gosh! Ah! Oh man! How? Oh, this is so freaking dope. Oh, she might actually be able to go physically talk to... Oh my god. Oh my god. I have no words. See, Maniac Nation, I did not hear Hello Snips last night. Like the volume was down a little low, and like when you're watching the reaction coming, like you'll see that I try to bump it up right after that. I can. It makes so much sense. Snips was Anakin's nickname for Ahsoka, but I haven't heard the name Snips used in a very long time, and like it's hitting me while I'm doing my edits. All of a sudden, I was like, wait, what was that? Like, I backed it up, and I was like, oh my, Dave Filoni, you are a godsend. You're doing the Lord's work for Star Wars, and this is just I can't wait for next week. I'm in awe of everything you are doing with this show. But yeah, no, Hello Snips. Toss it back to the past, C-Man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Didn't expect to see you so soon.
Wait, what? Oh, tell me he's there. Oh, he's got the hair! Oh my god. How is Anakin in the world in between? Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's not where we're gonna end. No, no, no. Oh, Peter Ramsey. Very well done. Oh, that's where we end. That's where it's like, I feel like Filoni should have just leaned into whatever that scene is gonna be at the start of next episode and had it here. I was so pulled in. But what does that mean? Like, so, okay. For those that have never watched Rebels, during the course of season 4, toward the end, Ezra finds this portal in a Jedi temple. And once he's able to activate it, he ends up in this land, like this realm in between, like world in between worlds, right? So it's like, it's outside of time and space, and you have these like kind of borderline invisible walkways. And when Ezra, I didn't see any of them in any of the shots there. Maybe I just missed it. But when Ezra's walking around, there are doorways, and the doorways you can hear different things. So it's so cool. Like, you're watching Rebels, and all of a sudden you're hearing things from the original trilogy and from the prequels as he's walking by different things. And in season 3, Ahsoka shows down, spoilers, with Vader, like one-on-one inside of a Sith temple. And the season ends with like the kind of Sith temple kind of like closing on her and Vader, and all you see is the outcome of what's happening with Ezra and everybody, and they show Vader walking out, and then it feels like you can see like a ghostly kind of image of Ahsoka and her eyes pulling back. It's a really cool shot. And that was it. They left you there for an entire season before you find out what happens. And Ezra finds that moment, and Vader is about to kill Ahsoka, and Ezra reaches in, grabs her, and pulls her out. Like, if Ezra doesn't reach in and pull her out, Vader kills her then, like right then. But by Ezra pulling her out of that moment, and granted, like, Ahsoka makes sure that she goes back to that point in time because it could disrupt anything, if you actually pluck somebody and move them around. Or at least that was the vibe, I think, that she had when she said, I have to go back. But it saved her life. If Anakin, because that wasn't a Force ghost, that was Anakin with some de-aging going on. Which, like, I mean, Hayden does look a little bit older, but, like, I don't think they de-aged him in Obi-Wan. I feel like he could have been there without that de-aged look. That aside, like, that is Anakin. It's got to be right around the time of Revenge of the Sith. Or, I mean, most of the time that they were together, he had the long hair, the mullet. Well, no, that's not a mullet. He had the long hair. Anyway, if he's in the world between worlds, that means that from one of those moments in time, Anakin's been pulled into this place. And I have no idea what that means. Like, theoretically, Ahsoka could bring him with her. Considering that she walked away from an opportunity to, like, just go with Ezra from a point in time where she wasn't supposed to leave. Like, you would think Anakin would probably do the same thing, but I don't know what that means. But that's, like, I'd heard the rumors. IMDb does have Hayden listed, but I always figured it would be some sort of, like, life or death moment. Like, maybe Ahsoka gets knocked off of a mountain, and before she comes to, she kind of goes back to a moment. Like, I thought it would have been really cool to see, like, a combo of, like, what happened at the end of that story with her and Vader in live action, because that would just look dope. And then, like, jump to something from Clone Wars where, Anakin is being Anakin. I'd never in a million years thought that actual Anakin would show up opposite of Ahsoka like that. Like, that's wild. I don't know what that means, and I don't know how Anakin gets there, right? Like, Ezra opens up a doorway. As far as I know, I don't think Anakin ever landed there, so I don't know what that means. Did he find the same temple? Did he enter it? Like, how did Ahsoka get there? You know what I mean? Like, just randomly? There's so many things. So many things. If next week is not an hour long, this show is so good. Like, at this point, and granted, I've put my foot in my mouth not that long ago with a show that, like, 2 episodes in was, like, so strong and fell apart. But, I mean, it is 4 episodes in. Filoni doesn't really miss when he's in this kind of storytelling zone. Like, the zone he's in right now feels very much like something he would have written for Rebels. And you're not going to get very many misses there. But, at the same time, as much as I'm loving everything they're doing, the last 2 episodes, it's like, if you had 15 more minutes, so much more could have been accomplished in the course of 4 episodes. And then there could be so much more on the plate. I hope that I couldn't. So many of the Marvel shows are 6, but I heard this was 8. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that. I hope it's 8 because at this pacing and what they're doing episode by episode, like another 4 of these would be phenomenal. But yeah, my head is just, I'm like trying to weave my way through understanding that like we got Rosario physically across from Hayden in a non-flashback scenario. Like, that's nuts. That's so nuts. Like I said, I don't think that Anakin will leave. I think Anakin will give Ahsoka the bit that she needs before he goes back to wherever he's supposed to go back to. But I don't think Filoni will use this to mess with the timeline in any way or the canon in any way. It's just such a freaking cool way to get those 2 actors and characters across from each other. Everything else in that episode, fantastic. I love this Shin Sabine freaking rivalry. And I like that, Shin kind of still has a little bit of the upper hand, but Sabine, and like, I love that Sabine went for it. You know what I mean? Like, give it a go, and it threw her off just enough, but it was like, you don't have any power. Like, oh, that line, that feels like something that's gonna be a lot of fun going forward. You know what? I'm not gonna even lie to you. I still have questions about what happened to Marrock, like when he got / what in the hell burst out of him. Like that almost felt like some Night Sister witchcraft type stuff. But that aside, I kind of love that he got killed in episode 4, and you had all these people spinning like these crazy theories about who's Marrock. He's not anybody. He's just a former Inquisitor turned mercenary. Like, it's pretty straightforward. I just think it's funny that there are like people who like, oh man, we got a masked character. Who could it be? And like I was saying, like as much as I would love to see Sam Witwer show up in live action, and I would love to see, stuff from the Starkiller story. Back in the day, I don't know, it was PS2 or 3. I think there maybe 1. It was so long ago, I can't remember, but I think I want to say it was like PS2, PS3. You had a pair of Star Wars games where like you were a character, and the idea something with the Force, but the idea was like you could theoretically go either way, and Sam Witwer was the mocap and the voice for the character. The character looked exactly like Sam Witwer. Sam Witwer is one of the biggest Star Wars nerds out there in Hollywood, and that's why like you'll see his name on a lot of episodes, because he'll just lend his voice. I feel like he just lives up at the ranch. They're like, hey Sam, we could use a VO over here. Sure, yeah, I'll come in and do it. At no time would like I've ever thought that would be who was underneath Marrock's mask. And like I was saying, like Starkiller was kind of like, not kind of like he was a Vader's apprentice, and his power set very, very strong. And what Marrock was doing, it just wouldn't have made any sense for it to be Starkiller. Like it would have been a cool pop to see Witwer's face there, but nah, that wasn't gonna happen. And the same thing with Ezra. Like I said from jump, like Ezra is wherever Thrawn is. So if Thrawn was back when this season started, and this dude Marrock was with Thrawn, then maybe I probably would have been like, I wonder if that's Ezra. But like I said, I think I said this last week, but like you did the dark side arc for Ezra in seasons 2 and 3 of Rebels, and then in 4, he's tempted by the Emperor directly, and he just straight up is like, nah, dude. So I don't think it would have made any sense for him to go to the dark side, and especially like with Thrawn still being missing, it wouldn't make any sense for that to be Ezra. And like I was saying in this video, Ahsoka would have been able to sense Ezra if it was Ezra. You know, like she wouldn't have killed Marrock if she thought it was Ezra. Dave Filoni wouldn't have written Marrock to be killed if it was Ezra. But I'm fascinated to it's one of those things where it's like I feel like I kind of have an idea because we've seen stuff with the Night Sisters and spirits before. But that just felt like some sort of dark magic. If any of you guys know exactly what was going on there, and like maybe it's something like we're not gonna go back to because like if you remember things correctly from the animated shows, which there's so much that's in my head when it comes to film and television. But I don't remember. I don't like. It feels now like you probably won't even go back to that. But it was a very striking visual, that's for sure. And everything in this was striking visually. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I was very, very happy to see lightsaber battles going side by side next to each other, which was really cool. But I'm locked in and I'm enamored on this like world between world bit. I'm just like I can't believe that they did what they just did. I'm useless right now, so I'm going to shut up because I'm muttering. Before that, I did like Jason being like, "Mom, I got a bad feeling." That's like the start. Like, the Force. They're gonna play with the Force and Jason. That's gonna be really cool. I love that Hera, got a group together to go try to save her friends and help out. Got there late. I was nervous, man, when Morgan made the jump and they were going right through him. It's like, yes, there was a circle there, but you figured there'd be some amount of whatever that power that was coming from the hyperdrives playing around in there, and it just kind of like fried everything and blew up two X-Wings. But for a sec, I was like, oh no, like crash. I didn't think they were gonna kill Hera or even Paul Seung-Hung Lee's character. I think that's his name. Jeez, my brain. I didn't think they'd kill either of them, but I thought maybe crash landing. It's gonna be fascinating to see Hera touch down, find Huyang, and nobody else is around. You could do the next episode could go so many different ways. And it's one of these where Filoni, I think, has one more episode, and like sometimes your gut would be like, if he did the first episode, he'll do the last episode. But I also feel like Filoni's gonna do the first Thrawn episode, and you could do like next week could just be Ahsoka and Anakin. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even be mad at that at all. However, I think you could also do that and Thrawn, and that could be maybe the episode that Filoni is eyeing to do for his second one, where he does the stuff with Anakin and Ahsoka and reveals Thrawn and Ezra. At least we hope he'll reveal Thrawn and Ezra. It could just be Thrawn to start. But nevertheless, like, just the setup and the potential for what could be happening next week, like, you might not go down to Hera and Huyang at all, I'm so fascinated to see where they go. So I'm going to shut up, like I said. Let's get the Sea Maniacs up. Kevin Kiner, I think probably his best score work so far. When he brought in the classic Empire beats, you had some of the classic, like, original Star Wars music. You heard a little bit of that John Williams coming in there, and I love when you get composers that can play with that stuff in a way where it's like, yeah, you're hearing what you want to hear, but they tweak it and mess with it just enough to make it unique to the score that they're building, and then building out from that into the moments that they went to. Coming from those, I just thought was really wonderful. I also love the fact that they were restrained enough to pull back and go silent, right? Like the opening of, like, the sound design of this episode was so good in general, but like the opening, just hearing Huyang, like, it gave this ominous feeling of, like, I kind of felt like Jason right at the beginning. Like, I didn't have a good feeling about what was going on. Dropping it during, some of the lightsaber stuff. Some of the moments with Ahsoka and Baylan. Like, I loved where they picked and choose their spots. And then when Kiner came in, every time that score was in, it was either, like, menacing or like, feeling of like not good things or like kicking in a way where you were getting put, like everything. This is some of the best work I think he's done in this show so far. Maybe in all of it. I gotta go back and rewatch all the animated shows again. They're so good. But yeah, the score and the sound design in this one was phenomenal. Rosario crushing as always, and both of her sequences, man, I mean, give her a lot of credit. You can see she is doing a good chunk of the work on screen. I love that you got that her and Marrock showdown. I love that it was short-lived because that's how far along and how powerful Ahsoka is, and it teed up time for her to fight Baylan, which was also freaking badass. And Ray Stevenson, the subtleness in his delivery of things, right? Like, we've seen these like really evil Sith lords, and you know, obviously the Emperor, one of the best at being able to allure and, you know, fool people. But they're like, there was always a layer of sinisterness in there. You don't even feel sinisterness from Baylan. Like, it feels like he lives in a black and white world. And the way Stevenson is playing that is just so good, and it's not shocking that, you know, Sabine ends up giving him the map, and then that he ends up destroying it. So I love the fact that while Ahsoka might be able to, being where she is, be able to find them, but nobody else is gonna be able to go chase after them. You're not gonna have the coordinates, so it's gonna be Sabine. It's gonna have to get Ezra back and get out. So that's gonna be a lot of fun to play with too. I dig the things that they're teeing up. Dizzo continues to crush. She had so many wonderful Sabine moments, and I really do love that rivalry, like I was saying, that's building between her and Shin. And it was a good second fight. I thought she held her own much better. Using some of the Mandalorian equipment was good. I like that Shin had a couple tricks up her sleeve, and I like that, like, just in the moment, just going for it. Even though there's nothing there yet, I like that Sabine is at a place where she can just go for it, and maybe something will happen. I'll be interested again, like, to see how they play with that stuff more, and definitely with the her and Shin stuff. I'm sure they're gonna have another showdown at least. But yeah, between that and like Ahsoka being in between worlds, like, and Anakin being there, it's crazy. I have no idea what they're gonna do, but I'm going 5 out of 5, man. This is my favorite episode of the season so far. Knowing that it's not a flashback scenario for Anakin, next week could also be a 5, and maybe better than this week. But they really hit it. Like, the action, the story building, the things that they have set up, and like, is freaking cool. But this is twice now, in moments when Ahsoka is about to die, that she ends up there. And one time was Ezra pulling her through. So did Anakin pull her through? How did she end up? I'm so fascinated to watch them talk through all that stuff. But everything we got in this one was what I was hoping for. Like I said last week, when he was like, you know, the Jedi are, you know, holed up in the forest, hunt them down. I was like, yo, next week's gonna be dope, and it certainly delivered. I thought, and kudos to the TV spot, right? Because you saw her in that moment where she brings she brings the hand over to kind of keep Baylan off, and that's where you can hear Anakin talking to her. And, you know, it's one of those things where very easily could just be a flashback moment or one of those things, but it played in a way where it was like I was waiting to hear Anakin there, and that, while it was the episode he showed up in, not in the way that I thought it was going to go down. It was a nice little like bait and switch, and the execution was chef's kiss. So yeah, that's a 5 out of 5 for me. I really enjoyed that, and oh man, I thought I was stoked for this week. I can't wait for next week. Next week I should hopefully have some Rebels. I got some new Rebels gear in the mail on the way. I thought it was here tonight, and when I went down to the mail box, it was my 2 steelbooks of Into and Across the Spider-Verse. Love physical media. Loki, WandaVision, and the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian are also on their way at some point. So that was what it was, which was exciting, but it wasn't the new tease. So I hope they're here for next week. I got some cool ones, and one that I would really love to throw on for next week's episode. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna flip it over to you. I want to know what you're thinking, man. How big did this episode hit for you, man? Like, where did your excitement levels get to? I had like a nice build in excitement moments where like it was a constant up for me. So was that happening for you? What moments were your favorite? Did you like the lightsaber stuff? Are you disappointed Marrock didn't end up being anybody and that he's dead already? Does that not matter because we are on our way to Thrawn and Ezra and Anakin and Ahsoka? There's some cool stuff going on. The score here was working for me. So, good, bad, indifferent. You watched this episode, you watched it with me. What was working, what wasn't? Put it down below in the comment section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions. You want to be here for next week's coverage of Ahsoka. I might even talk more. I feel like after I talk to Britt, I might have more to say. Who knows? You want to be here to see if I talk more about this week's episode? You want to be here next week when maybe we touched on it a little bit more there, maybe? You just dig the vibe. You want to show a little love and support to the old C-Man? Well, hey, come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. All you got to do, jump over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. Until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down. I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace! Oh, you guys are still here. You snuck up on me. You must be looking for more of this guy. Well, I got 2 video options for you, man. Right up here and right over here. And if you want all those C-Man goodies, well, hey, come join the squad right on over there, and I'll catch you on the next one.